week. In July, my sister just had a double mastectomy, and she's doing fine. Anyway, oh, here I go. She's doing fine. Well, anyway, so I booked the airfare, and I said, how am I going to train this lady? So she's Marguerite is a licensed massage therapist, okay, and she's going to nursing school, so she's a busy girl. Wasn't probably the best week I could come down for her, but she, consented to it. I then got on the phone. She booked some people in her chiropractor office. She has an office in the evening because she went to school during the day. Of course, I made use of my time, had some free time. Went to the beach a couple of mornings, and then I made phone calls the rest of the time while she was at school. And we fit some ladies, taught her all the techniques. I flew in on a Monday night. On Thursday, I had a curves booked all day. And Barbara is on the line. She's on this call tonight also. I'll explain that in a minute. And there were 4 ladies involved here. But anyway, I flew in, did a little training with Marguerite on Monday night. Tuesday and Wednesday, we did fittings, learned the techniques. Some of the ladies were not our bra candidates. They, just were not our bra candidates. But she learned some fitting techniques. And on Thursday, I must have called 8 curves, and I got the same answers, July. Snowbirds are gone home. It's summer. It's hot. You call me back in October. Only I wasn't coming back in October. I needed it now. And finally, this wonderful lady, Barbara, said, all right, I'll put the sheet up. What do I got to lose? I offered her a free bra, and she was just so nice, and she put the sheet up and below, and it was just got 22, I think 20 or 22 fittings. So on Thursday, Marguerite and I, after having a little bit of training, went over there. We did the fittings. And another lady came in. Her name is Arlene. And she got fitted and bought 3 bras and said to Marguerite, the new lady, new trainee, I'd like to do this business. And I don't know what Marguerite said to her. I didn't have a chance to talk to her today on that, but I'm sure she must have planted that seed. Because she probably, knowing her, she probably said, there's nobody in this area and I'm doing the business. I'll bet you my money that's what she said. And that's planting the seeds. I think that's important. Like Phyllis said, it doesn't matter that you have to go after people. They are drawn to you if they want to do this kind of business. So anyway, at the end of the day, we probably did way over $2,000. In the middle of the summer, you wouldn't think we'd sell anything, would you, in training somebody? And Barbara, the owner, kept coming up all day. I kind of like to do this business. Tell me a little more about it. And invited us, Marguerite and I, to her home on Saturday. And I was making a double trip out of this to go visit my sister on Saturday for several days. And I said, well, gee, on my way up to see my sister, she invited us for lunch. So we went over to Barbara's lovely home, and she had 2 other ladies there that were interested, the Arlene that I mentioned, and her roommate, Lisa, who was dynamite also. So 5 of us were there. So what I did, to be honest, I wasn't totally prepared. So I said, Marguerite, come on, Saturday morning. We went online. Thank God for Janique has that site, part of it, that you can print off a lot of the flyers, so we made enough for everybody. We printed a Get Started guidelines, and I took a mini marketing plan with me. And basically what I did, and Marguerite helped me with that. Remember, she's brand new. And we presented the marketing plan, and what I did is we talked about the 40% up front, their kid investment, the free credit cards the company offers, and I only went up to a director level, and a little bit about the history of the company. We got there at 11, and we left at 2. We also had a lovely lunch after their little presentation of maybe a half hour. I looked at the ladies, and I said, and what would you like to commit? What would your investment be? Now, remember, I think the hardest thing people have to do in this business is closing a sale, closing a marketing, which would be, if you're trying to book something, a curves, a show, we can throw it out there, but closing that and getting a date, closing that, getting an investment, or closing that and getting a sale is the hardest thing, I believe, in our business, okay? And so I had to really make sure, because Marguerite was sitting there. She's new now, and so I wanted her to see that it can be done. Well, they all came in with very, very good investments, and I usually do, 1 style versus 3 styles, and I tell them it's about $1,200 to $1,500 per style. One lady came in with three styles. One came in with 1 and going to add. And meanwhile, we got a couple other ones that signed up for a smaller investment to help these ladies. They wanted a partner. So we signed 4 ladies up. Anyway, let me see where I got it. So we closed the deal. Okay, I got a little notes here. Okay. So anyway, we had a wonderful time with Marguerite training. The curves that we did and the ladies coming into business was just a start. I don't really approve of long-distance recruiting, but you know what? I got a great Florida team. In doing all of this, I think in sales all week we did way over $10,000 in investment into the company. Did I think I was going to go there and work with 4 ladies? No. But I think keeping our ears open for, suggestions of people coming into the business. I don't think you need to always ask people to come into business. I think if they see you're doing your job properly, professionally, they are going to approach you, but you do need to, as I keep repeating, throwing those seeds, okay? Nobody's in this area. There is nobody in that area unless I know there's a few ladies that go down there part-time in the summer, but it doesn't matter. I have people around me. I have 5, 6 people around me that are not even my team. I still do well. So it's really not even that question. But then I looked at when I got home, and of course I've been on the phone since I got home. So these guys are, they're definitely doers. I've been on the phone all week with Marguerite, with Arlene, with Lisa, and with Barbara. They're definitely dynamite. So we have a great Florida team. And in forgetting all about this with the cruise, I'm not even thinking of myself, because when you're doing your job, I think the rest is going to follow. I didn't even look at what I had to do, but when I looked at Marguerite's sales, I could already see that between her personal sales coming in and these new ladies, she's already, got over $6,000 in sales. So, my Lord. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the cruise. But anyway, I'm very proud of this Florida team. They're going to be dynamite. And thank you, ladies, for being on the phone. I know you're out there. But I want to talk a little bit about what I've done to increase my team to get them excited. The first thing I did when I got home, when I started going over my figures, is Mary Black did a wonderful tracking form. Now, we have a wonderful flyer that's on the Internet. You go to Company News, and in case some of you don't know, and seminars and conferences is under there. You print the 4-page conference out. I've been in over 17 trips in the over 20 years I've been in business. Hong Kong, London, Paris, I can go on and on. It's not the same unless you have a lot of people with you. It's more fun to have a team with you. I've done it alone for many years, but now it's more fun to watch them grow. And so what I did is I went over the figures, and this morning I mailed out 15 little packets to my existing team and the ones that are working, and I knew that were interested, and I sent them a tracking form, and I went to and got all their sales to the end of June and posted that in there and gave them a blank one. So that was mailed out this morning. So some of them around here might not even know that, but they're going to get it in the mail in the next couple of days. So they're going to be able to track the next 5 months, okay? And, if you think about it, I don't look at the whole picture sometimes. I kind of do one step at a time, and I encourage that. Because between you and me, director, DD, and consultants all earn it the same way. EDs and IEDs, you're going to have to do a little bit more. You're seasoned. You should expect it. It's 20. I believe you have to do, 20,000 personally. Okay, but let's start with part one. Part one. We have a personal sales of $15,000. Okay, that will earn you a trip. It's a 7-day cruise. It's got a balcony. You don't know, Janique, if you've not been with Janique for a long time, you don't know this kind of trip they'll take you on. It's exotic. That's the only way I can explain it. It's fabulous. It's not only the trip, but networking with all the people. You can also do it sponsoring. So what I did is I just looked at the first part, the $10,000, and I broke it down. Okay, I'm sorry, the $15,000 personally selling and the $10,000. And what I did is I thought, okay, we have 5 months left, but let's break it down per month. It started in January. Some of you have been working in January. Some of you took a little sabbatical maybe, or some of you are new. So I broke it down per month on that $15,000, and it's $1,250 each month, okay? Then I went on to say, now I'm just talking bras, but you can convert this to cosmetics. You ladies that do the skincare and cosmetics, I'll explain in a minute. And I said, geez, I made it retail, so $1,250, okay, equals $2,500 a month retail, okay? You double it, and that's retail. If you figure an average bra $70, I figured out you would have to sell approximately 35 bras every month for 12 months, and you would earn a trip. Isn't that exciting? Or that's 9 customers per week buying each one bra, equals 420 bras per year. So when you get your tracking sheets, my ladies that I just sent you, all you have to figure is how many bras have you sold to June. If you're brand new, then you've got to break that down for the next five months, and I'll tell you, it's doable.